Yes, and we are back. So we just wrapped up talking about Brandon Ayuk and the San Francisco 49ers. Hopefully they're able to work something out and pay the young man what he feels he's worth. We'll see how that situation turns out. We're going to jump to the association right now, where there's a weird story, and it's coming from CBS Sports and James Herbert. And I just asked the question, when money can't buy love or class. Now, A-Rod, most of you may know him as Alex Rodriguez. A-Rod is mega pissed when he finds out that the T-Wolves aren't for sale. So, Marc Lore and Alex Rodriguez did not meet their deadline to close the deal. So, the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Minnesota Lynx are no longer for sale by owner Glenn Taylor. Now, they announced this on Thursday. So, obviously, I needed time to kind of process this in my mind because this is a story about rich people screwing over other rich people. So, no love lost there. Study long, study wrong, pimpin'. Scared money don't make money. Insert any cliche right there or any other thing. Big bank, take little bank. Whatever you want to say, you can put it in that sentence. So how much money was we talking about? Because remember, they're trying to buy the NBA franchise, the WNBA franchise as well. Lauren Rodriguez agreed to buy a majority stake in the franchise for a reported $1.5 billion in 2021. Yikes. $1.5 billion for the WNBA franchise? What? They arranged to pay Taylor in installments. The acquisition was supposed to be closed by Wednesday of this past week. Damn. How you got a franchise on layaway? My God. Who are these people? I mean, don't front. Come on now. Everybody's had a layaway before. You know, some jeans, maybe some gifts for Christmas, but not an NBA franchise. 1.5 billion? My goodness. But was this bait and switch? Because if you got 1.5 billion, the team is yours. I don't know about them, but I know about me. And if you got 1.5 billion to give me, I don't care if you get a couple of days late getting it. Oh, I can wait. I can wait. Them billions are worth it. But we'll get more into this story when we come back from a quick unofficial sponsor of the show. This is Big Vern at App Stupid. Roll the clip. Yes, Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Download the app, order online, or visit the good folks down at your local Papa John's. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. All right, so when we last left off, we were talking about if Rodriguez and Lore came up with that 1.5 billion. And I was saying to myself, hey, look, if you got 1.5 billion, I don't care if you're a couple of days late getting it to me. I'ma still wait around for that billion. It's only 2 days, bro. Now, in the article, Herbert goes on to write that Taylor's relationship with Lauren Rodriguez had soured during the transition period in which Lauren Rodriguez had secured the investment necessary to finalize the sale. Now, see, that's a bunch of BS. You either got the money or you don't. When 1.5 billion is on the line, you got the money, the deadlines can be moved around. I mean, who among us is going to turn down 1.5 billion because they were like 24 hours late or 48 hours late? Come on, man. Taylor's position is that Lore and Rodriguez are not entitled to an extension because the NBA's advisory/finance committee has not reviewed the final part of the sale. What? Well, really? Again, that's a bunch of BS. That should have all been worked out if you truly wanted to sell the team. Instead, you let those guys jump through hoops and you wasn't going to sell it to them anyway. That's how that reads. You could have had the finance committee and all of these people read all of that paperwork and get that sale done right away. Remember, they started this in 2021. It's 2024. I'm pretty sure they had some free time throughout the years to sit down and take a look at those books to make sure everything was on the up and up. And you know who else thinks this is completely bullcrap? Alex Rodriguez. Because he agrees with me. Whoa. I always like it when I'm able to think critical and look at things and analyze and then be like, wait a minute, that don't make sense. And A-Rod pretty much says, and I quote, "We are disappointed with Glenn Taylor's public statement today. We have fulfilled our obligations, have necessary funding, and are fully committed to closing our purchase of the NBA team as soon as the NBA completes its approval process. Glenn Taylor's statement is an unfortunate case of seller's remorse that is short-sighted and disruptive to the team and the fans during a historic winning season." Okay. All right. I don't think the players really care one way or the other. It's not like they're like, I want to it's when you say that and you're like, oh, this is disruptive and the players have to choose. This isn't a divorce. This isn't one of those things where you have to decide which parent you want to go see in the summertime because they're both trying to kind of outdo each other by letting you do absolutely nothing. This is not one of those cases. This is a case of rich people screwing over rich people. And so I'm apt to just sit back on the sidelines like, yeah, have at it. Have at it. It's like that scene in the Dark Knight and Batman where the Joker, he's got that guy tied up or whatever, and he's got 3 of those guys in a room, and he breaks the pool cue and throws it there, and he said, "I've only got room for one guy on my roster. You 3 figure it out." And he walks out. And this is the same way I feel about this story. I'm sitting on the sidelines watching them devour each other. I got no dog in a fight. But I just had to ask myself, can this be salvaged? According to Herbert, it can, because he writes, the agreement stipulates that disputes like this are resolved by mediation and arbitration. So Glenn Taylor, he comes out and he's like, no, I'm not selling the team. You all missed the deadline. However, when you have a contract in place and you have things that and benchmarks within that contract, he just can't publicly come out and say, no, I don't want to do it. They've got to go through mediation and arbitration. That's one of those things of these billions. So this thing is only going to get wilder and messier and even more cringe. And I'm here for every bit of that. I'm here for every bit of the cringe that's going on with this story. However, we'll see how it turns out. A lot more show to go. We're just having fun here in the studio. This is Big Vern. I'll be back. I promise.